Let's start now, or let's continue number 16. 2t over 2t squared minus t minus 3 minus 3 over 2t squared minus t minus 3. So here now, look at the first step. You have to look at the denominators. Did we have the same denominator? Yes. So write it here. Then let's add or subtract the numerator. Here what did we have? We have 2t minus, and since we have only one term, so write as 2t minus 3. Then, now look at here. Let's see now if we can simplify it or not. Now, here in the denominator, yes, we have an quadratic expression. Can we now simplify, or can we now factorize the quadratic expression? Yes. Let's see now how can we simplify the quadratic expression in order to simplify the function. So now open two brackets and let's now simplify it. Here we have 2t squared minus t minus 3, so we are going to say 2 times negative 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So let's now find the factors. That's if you multiply them, you get negative 6, and if you add them, you get negative 1. What are these two factors?
Teacher, negative 3 and 2.
Negative 3 and positive 2. Bravo. You multiply them, you get negative 6. You add them, you get negative 1. So now, let's rewrite. So, 2t squared minus 3 plus 2t minus 3. Minus 2t, I will like this. Then, look at the first bracket here. We have 2t squared minus 3t. So what did we have to take as a common factor? Or which factor we have to take? T.
It is t, yes.
So we have 2t minus 3. And then here, 2t minus 3. What did we have to take as a common factor?
Keep it, teacher, the same.
Yes, keep it the same. Thank you. Then, the next step, take 2t minus 3 as a common factor. When we take it as a common factor, we have t plus 1. Okay, because here we have, it's like times 1. So when we take 2t minus 3 as a common factor, this one, when we take it as a common factor, we take it here as a common factor. So we have only t plus 1. Here now how you simplify this expression. Then after this step, we have now to cancel it. So the final answer is 1 over t plus 1. Is it clear?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, teacher, but can you wait?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, teacher, thank you. I finished.
Let's now go to the next part of our lesson here. That's what we have to do if we have different denominators, unlike denominators, such as 5 over 6x plus 3 over 2x squared. They are like, as I told you yesterday, like 3 over 4 plus 7 over 9. We cannot add them. Why? Because we have a different denominator. So the first step here, before adding, make them have the same denominator. When we make them have the same denominator, I can then add. So let's now here look at the denominator here now. Where is the denominator? We have 6x and 2x squared. This is 6x and 2x squared. Bring them here. Now factorize them. 6, it is 2 times 3 times x. And 2x squared, it is 2 times x times x. Now, here now we have to take something that to remember it before, which is least common multiple. So after we factorize them, we have to find the least common multiple. How? Look at what is common here. Here we have 2 and x. So we have 2 and x. And then after you take the common, take the non-common, which are 3 and x. Okay? So here, the first step, you have to take the common one from the things that are repeated and take the others that are non-common, which are 3 and x. Is it clear?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Then the second step, these things, since they are written in the denominator, I write it, I can name it with least common denominator. Then let's try now to make a bag. And inside my bag, I have to put 3 times 2 times x times x. 3 and 2 and x and x. After now, I prepare my bag. I will come back now to my denominators here. Yeah, now let's come back now to our denominator. Look at the first one. What did we have? We have 6 and x. I bring now my bag and go to the first numerator. I ask the first numerator, hello, what did you have? He told me, I have 6 and x. I told him, okay, I have with me 3 and 2 and x and x. What did you need? He said, I have 6x. So these two this and this and this, I have it. So what did you need from my bag? He told me, give me only X. I told him, okay, take X. Okay, it's like you are 6X, you have a chips and cola. I bring my bag, I have chips and cola and a chocolate as an example. I ask you, what did you need? You tell me, teacher, I have chips, I have a cola, I need only chocolate. I told you, okay, take this chocolate. So after I give you the chocolate, since I give you, I have to give also your friend. Then after that, I closed my bag. I take it now and go to the next fraction. Hello, next to fraction. What did you have? He told me I have 2x and x. 2x squared. 2x and x. I have chips and chocolate. What did you need? They told me I need only cola. So I give him the cola. But since I give him the cola, I will give his friend a cola too. After now, I give them everything. I close my bag and put it here. Then let's come back here. Now, 5 times x is 5x. And 6x times x is 6x squared. Plus 3 times 3, which is 9. And 2x squared times 3, which is 6x squared. Now look at the denominators now. Are they the same?
Yes.
Yes. Now they are the same. What we have to do? We have to add them. 5x plus 9 over 6x squared. Look at 5x plus 9. Is there any common factor?
No, teacher.
No.
No, thank you. So we said it is simplified.
No.
This is the idea of how to add different number or say two expressions without they have different denominator.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
Why in the first, why in 5 over 6x we put x and in 3 over 2x we put 3?
I told you, here you have your bag. You see the next, you look at the first denominator. You ask her, what did you have? She told you, I have here. Okay. She told you now, 6x. It is what?
3 multiplied 2x.
6.
Yes.
Okay, yes, 3 times 2 times x. So look at here. She have 3 and 2 and x. So what did she need if she remove them?
We have x.
She have x only. She need x because she have them. The moving one now. They have 3 times 2 times, but she need x. Now look at the second one here. The second one, what did she have? She have 2x squared with her. So what did she need?
We still have 3.
Yes, exactly. She needed.
I understand. Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, welcome. Is there any question?
No.
But teacher, the difference between the greatest common fact, teacher, is there any difference between greatest common factor and least common multiple?
Yes. This is a factor, yes.
Oh, yes, okay.
The greatest common multiple, you have to find the multiples of each number and then find the greatest one. least common denominator or least common the greatest common factor, you have to find the factors for each one, then find the greatest. The least common multiple, you have to find the multiples of them and find the least one.
Okay.
Now let's solve this one here. What is the sum of 3 over 7y to the power 4 plus 2 over 3y squared? Now, as you see here, after we look at the denominators, we found that we have unlike denominators. So let's take the denominators here as 7y squared and 3y squared. Then here we have 7y, y. And here we have 3y, y. So what did we have to do? The first step, circle the common here, which are y and y. And write the non-common, which is the 7 and 3. After that, now put it in your bag.
Teacher, it is 7y to the power of 4.
Okay, thank you. 7y to the power of 4 and 3y squared. So here we have 7 times y, and here we have 3 times y times y. Then, with y, take one of them. Then, take the non-common. What is the non-common? We have 7 and y. We have this y here. And we have a 3. So we write the common and then we bring the non-common. Did you see them now? 7, y, 3, y.
Yes, teacher.
After them that now, put them, make a bag like this. Put them in the bag. No. Now let's take our bag and go now to the first numerator. Denominator, sorry. Let's go now to the first denominator. What did you have? They told me I have 7y to the power 4. I will say, okay, they have 7 7 y. So what did you need? You need 3.
3.
So you multiply here by 3. And since you multiply this by 3, multiply his friend by 3. Then after that, now go to the next. To the next one now. Then 3y squared. We have 3 and y and y. So what did you need? You need 7
7 and
y
y
and
and
7y.
yes, you need 7y squared. So you need here now 7y squared and up here 7y squared. Then now let's multiply them to see that if we get the same denominator or not. 3 times 9, 3 is 9, plus 2 times 7 is 14, y squared
Teacher,
over
3.
Sorry?
Teacher, you mean from where you brought teacher 14y squared?
2 times 7 here
Okay.
over 21y to the power 4. Okay, or here you can, before this step, we can make them as 21y squared. Then after that now, let's now add them in the same denominator. What we have to do, take the first numerator here, then say over one of them, which is 20y, y to the power 4. This is now our fraction after simplified. Then now let's try here to find a common multiple. Look at 9 and 14. Is there any common factor here?
No, teacher.
no teacher.
No, there's no things between 9 and 14. So no. So you have to stop here.
No teacher.
So the final answer is 9 plus 14 y squared over 21 y to the power 4. Do you have any question?
No, thank you.
No.
Yeah, let's go now to the second one. Now, subtracting expressions with different denominators. Here now we have 3 over d minus 1 minus 2 over d plus 2. The first step, let's write them here now. Then, let's now have the denominators, d minus 1 and d plus 2. Let's now factorize them. We have d minus 1 here, and here we have d plus 2 only. These are the factors of them. So what is the common here? There's no common. So you have to write the two factors you have, which is d minus 1 and d plus 2. I told you have to take the common. If there's no common, or after you take the common, take the uncommon. So we take now the non-common, which are d minus 1 and d plus 2. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Now put them in your bag now. Let's prepare our bag. And take them now, go to the first numerator. We go to the first numerator here, or the first fraction, sorry. Let's ask here, what did you need? They told me I have d minus 1. So what did he need?
D plus 2.
D plus 2 only. And look at the second one now. You have d plus 2. So what did you need?
D minus 1.
D minus 1. Bravo. After that, I closed my bag. Let's now come back here. Here now, we have as 3. Let's now use the distributive property. We have 3 times d plus 3 times 2 over. Here now we have d minus 1 times d plus 2. Let's now multiply them. Or before multiplying them, keep it as it is first. Keep it as d minus 1 times d plus 2. Then, here we have negative 2. I want you now to multiply negative 2 times each factor. So we have negative 2 times d, which is negative 2d, and negative 2 times negative 1 is what?
Positive 2.
Positive 2. Over d minus 1 times d plus 2. Let's now add them in the same numerator. So we have 3d plus 6 minus 2d plus 2 over d minus 1 times d plus 1. Then after that now, let's try now to simplify. 3d minus 2d is what? D.
6d squared.
No. 3d minus 2d. D.
D.
And 6 plus 2.
8. Yes, 8.
So d plus 8 over d minus 1 times d plus 1. So this will be now the final answer because we cannot simplify the numerator with the denominator.
Teacher, please wait, okay?
Okay.
Isn't it supposed to be subtraction? So why did we subtract 3d from 2d and added 6 and 2?
Yes.
I finished, teacher, thank you.
Got it. Now let's solve this example here. C over 3c minus 1 minus 4 over c minus 2. So now, let's write the numerators here. We have 3c minus 1 and c minus 2. When you look at them here, what is the common between them?
C.
Teacher, the common is
No,
yes,
no, don't. No, wait. Hello here. Not say C, because here I cannot factorize them. They are as a one factor. In 3c minus 1, it's one factor. When I factorize 3 times, or as an example, 8c squared, because they are multiplied only without anything that is added or subtracted, you tell me it is 2 times 2 times 2 times c times c. But here they are not, okay, 3 times multiplied by c, but minus 1. So the variable here is added and subtracted. If they are added and subtracted, don't factorize it. Keep it as a one factor. So here, there's nothing as a common between them. So we have to take the non-common. 3c minus 1 and c minus 2. Okay, I told you, take the first step, take the common. After you take the common, take the non-common. Here, there's no common. So take now the non-common, which are 3c minus 1 and c minus 2. Is it clear?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Now put them here now. So now let's go now to the first one here. What did you have? They told me I have 3c minus 1. So I told him, okay, I will give you c minus 2. And here I will give you c minus 2. Then go now to the second denominator. What did you have? They told me now I have c minus 2. So we have to give 3, or to give her 3c minus 1 and give him 3c minus 1. Is it clear?
Yes, Miss.
So you give them what did she need. Then now let's now multiply. The first one here, we have to multiply c times c and c minus times negative 2. So we have c squared minus 2c, and then multiply negative 4 by 3c, and then by negative 1. So we have negative 4 times 3c, which is negative 12c, and negative 4 times negative 1, which is a plus 4, over c minus 2 times 3c minus 1. Then now, c squared, keep it as it is, because it's cannot add it. Now negative 2c minus 12c, it's negative 14c, because negative 2 times 12 is negative 14c plus 4, over c minus 2 times 3c minus 1. Let's now factorize the first, or let's factorize now the numerator, since to see that if there's a common or no. Two numbers that if you add them you get 4, if you subtract them you get negative 14.
Teacher, I cannot. There's only
Yes.
2 and 2.
So we have to say that this is the final answer. C squared minus 14c plus 4 over c minus 2 times 3c minus 1. You can also multiply them here. You can multiply them now also if you want. Like it is c squared minus 14c plus 4 over c times 3, it's 3c squared minus c minus 6c plus 2. So here we can say it's 9 minus negative c plus 2. This will be now the final answer. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher, but can you wait a
Yeah,
little?
okay. I'm letting you.
Yes, teacher, I finished.
Okay. It's now number 25. The number 25 here, we have 7 over 3a plus 2 over 5. So now here, what did we have? 3a and 5. 3 times a, and here we have 5. What is the common between them? There's nothing.
Nothing.
So you have to write 3 and 5 and a. Now after that, bring them now here. What did you have? They told me I have 3 and a. So I gave her, okay, take 5. Go now to the second one. What did you have? She told me I have 5. Okay, so I told her take 3 and a. Then after that, now multiply them. 7